Hey folks, Eric here at Kelly's Concept. So today we're working on a 2017 Ford Fusion Premium or Platinum, or whichever it is. We're going to replace the belts on this car. So first things first, go ahead and jack up your car, properly secure it. I always do a double method with jack and jack stands. Go ahead and remove your wheel, and then we'll remove this splash guard. You got 10 millimeter bolt here, 10 millimeter bolt here. Two 7s, right? One right here and one right here. You got some plastic rivets right here, one right here. Go ahead and take those out, and we'll take out the splash guard. I apologize for that. Looks like underneath the splash guard there's 3 more 7 millimeters holding it in. So I was hoping to be able just to pull the splash shield out, but you can't. It's just too much holding it in. We'll go ahead and take another 10 millimeter out here and another 10 out here and see if we can just finagle this thing out without having to take the whole shield out. We're able to just pull the splash shield out to the side like there. You just want access to this area. So this is a stretch belt, and unfortunately I am not a fan of stretch belts. What you want to do is go ahead and put something right here that can eventually just pull the belt off. This is a 19 millimeter bolt, so we'll be turning the crank to turn the whole belt and then slide it off. I already actually removed the spark plugs on this car because we're doing the spark plugs on 82. Makes the whole job a lot easier because there's no compression, making it hard to spin. So hang on tight. Alright, hopefully I can get this for you guys. So I'm going to use this pry tool. It's just a regular door panel pry tool. Plastic, that way I can put it in here. Hook it up against the belt. Turn the crank, and then while I'm turning the crank, also pull it out, and hopefully the belt will come out with it. So let's give it a shot. Well, thought it was a 19, but it's a 21. I'm gonna use an extension because Alright, so for your serp belt, very easy, 14 millimeters, ratchet, go ahead and push it up and undo your belt. Alright folks, so we're back. Went with Gates products and Motorcraft spark plugs, try to keep OEM on the spark plugs. Always been a fan of Gates, no affiliation whatsoever. Just I've always used their products and never had a problem. So that's what we're going with. So first one let's go back in is going to be your serp belt, and then the stretch belt goes on the outside. Here's a diagram of the belt routing. Top pulley is where the tensioner is, and then it goes in between the water pump, I believe. Well, I'm sorry, the power steering, and then goes around your alternator, and then goes down to your crank. And then underneath it, actually that goes underneath. Then outside, the stretch belt goes to the crank to the compressor. Right, serp belt's in. Just go according to the diagram. One thing you definitely want to make sure is all your grooves are aligned in your pulley. Here we have the alternator. I know it's kind of hard to see. And then down below on your crank, make sure all the grooves are in the right spot. And now we'll proceed to putting the stretch belt back on. All right, I like to cheat on this. The problem is when you put your belt on and you start cranking it, it's going to slip off. So what I do is I just add a zip tie here, tie it to the crank pulley. That way it helps hold the belt when you turn like this. There you have it. To have the belt back on again, double check your grooves, make sure it's sitting in the grooves. And that's the job done. Go ahead and reinstall your splash guard. If you're wondering about the zip tie just broke off, and just go ahead and discard that. Hope this helps. And said all that's left on this car is we're going to go ahead and throw in these new Motorcraft spark plugs and call it a day.